Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. I'm in my garage. It's a freezing winter's night here in the UK. I'm out here this evening because I wanted to do a very quick video talking about spotlights. Maybe not the most exciting subject for everyone, but it's very, very dark here at the moment. Any extra light when you're riding at night is kind of useful. And actually what I'm more interested in is having extra lights for when I'm riding during the day so that people can see me. I have spotlights on my 1250 GS. And even when I've been driving a car and I've seen other bikes out that have the two daytime spotlights in addition to the main headlamp, is just how much more visible you are to other road users. What I'm actually looking at in this video is these. This one is the Denali D2 and this one is the Denali DM. Now I'd had a look at these online. They've got no stores near me where I could actually go and look at them. And I was struggling to tell them apart. I've ordered them both. One set will go on my CRF300 Rally. The other set will probably go on another bike at some point. But I thought it might be useful just to give you a closer look at the two of them, try and understand and guess a few of the differences. Obviously doing a like-by-like comparison on the same bike is probably not going to happen, especially not right now. But at least I can show you what's in the box, how they're actually described as to how they're different, which might help you make a decision. So here they are. These are the boxes side by side. As you can see, the D2s look slightly larger in the picture, and they are slightly larger in real life. The DMs are slightly smaller. I should also point out that the D2s are significantly more expensive. I'll put the links to where I got them in the UK in the description, but I'm sure in your local country you'll probably see a similar difference. Now there's a few things even just from looking at the box. So I don't know if you can see on the bottom here, both of them draw 1.6 amps. This one says a distance of 525 feet, 75 foot width. This is 395 feet, only a 55 foot width. However, these, despite having the longer distance and the wider width, are only rated 3 out of 5 for the daytime visibility. And these are rated 5 out of 5. So that kind of says that even though this goes further, maybe these ones are actually brighter and easier to see in the daytime. So that's the first thing. On the top of the boxes, it shows you a beam pattern. To be honest, I'm not sure how useful that is to me. I'm normally at the edge of it, looking forwards, not looking from the top, looking down. One other thing to mention, I don't know if you can see on the top of here, is it mentions that both of them have 2,190 raw lumens. And then when I actually look on the back of the box, it's actually pretty much the same description. So I think that given that they draw the same current, they produce the same amount of lumens, and one is brighter as a riding light during the day, but the other has a further distance, tells me that actually I think it's the same LED elements in both of them, and I'm pretty sure that is actually the case. So the difference is, if you want something to actually ride at night, but maybe not be seen in quite the same way during the day, then probably the D2s are the way to go. If you want daytime riding lights that give you a bit of extra light in the evening, then the DMs are the way to go. With me so far? Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly open up the boxes. I don't really do unboxing videos, as you probably know, but I think it is worth seeing exactly what you get. So the first one I'm opening, this one here, is the Denali DM. Now, what you get in here is you get a packet with a couple of brackets, some tie wraps and some different lenses. Now these lenses are actually E-marked, so they are legal for use within Europe and the UK. I know you can get lots of cheaper LED lights on the internet which probably do exactly the same job, but they don't have the official ratings and the official testing. Looking in here now, this is basically what you get. I mean, it's all extremely heavy duty. I don't know if you can actually see this here. That's the handlebar switch. Everything else that's on here, it's very thick wiring. It's a very well made harness. This extra wire that's on it, this is a tap for the high beam if you want to be able to flip it with the high beam on the bike itself. So I'm not going to unravel all of this just because I'll do it when I get to the bike, but I think what is useful to see is what the lights themselves are actually like. And I'll get the DMs, so I'll get the D2s out after this so you can see them as a comparison. But this is what they're like. They're a pretty small unit. The measurements are on their website if you want to look at the exact dimensions, but I think it's this mounting thing that's key. So I think when you're putting these on your bike, you need to have that somewhere. It doesn't have to be level left and right, but it's going to pivot that way, and this might determine which brackets you get. So the brackets that I'm going to get are basically like a long arm that sticks out the front with a hole this will bolt to that will go around my bars. Now, you get other brackets that will fit onto fork tubes that you can mount these on, and actually some specific brackets for some bikes that they can go with. So yeah, it's two of these. Like that. So these are the DMs, as I mentioned. You can change the lenses, so you can have one that is set for distance and one that is set for wide to give you a better beam pattern, which might be something that I try once they are fitted to the bike. However, I'll show you what the other option is for me. The other option is the D2s. So these are about a third more expensive. As I mentioned, it's the same lighting unit, but they are probably more useful as a riding light. There we go. So maybe you're seeing some similarities already. They come with pretty much an identical kit, except this is for the D2. Same thing with the lenses. They are slightly bigger. If you look inside, again, tie wraps, something to hold the thing that goes around the handlebars for the switch, but no bar mounts. That's the key thing. So let me put those down so you can see them side by side. So these are the D2 lamps. Again, almost an identical, if not, I suspect, an identical wiring loom. There goes the switch on there, which would mount around the bars. Everything else looks extremely solid, very thick wires. There's certainly waterproof connectors. Same thing with the high beam, low beam tap. But just to show you the size comparison, they really are a fair bit bigger on the D2s. Now, maybe that's why they're more expensive. It's a bigger housing. It's more it's more weight, but remember, it is the same LED element that is in both of these spotlights. So with that in mind, unless you very specifically want to have the range that comes with the D2s, I think DMs are kind of the one to go for, really. They are smaller, they are lighter. If you care about weight on your bike, maybe that makes a difference. It's not a lot of difference. I'm guessing it's maybe 50 grams, something like that, just because this has got a bigger housing. What I can see on here is that this looks like it's more efficient at dissipating heat. So if they do get really hot, maybe that's a reason why the D2s are better. Maybe they could run at full power for longer without overheating. But then again, this is also in a metal housing. I'm sure there'll be some airflow that goes over it. So maybe that is enough. The only way I can find out is by actually putting them on my CRF300 and trying them. I wasn't sure which ones to actually fit, but having seen them both now, I think I'm going to try the DMs, mainly because I want them for a riding light rather than just riding at night. And I think they are smaller, they're lighter, and maybe they'll suit the bike better and me. Right then, that was it. That was my very, very quick video looking at the Denali DM and the D2 spotlights. So I shall pack these away and yeah, I'm all done. So that's it. That's my very quick comparison of the Denali D2 and the Denali DM spotlights for motorcycles. I think I'm actually going to put the Denali DMs on my CRF300 Rally. I'm not expecting I'm going to be doing a lot of night riding. I think daytime visibility is more useful to me. They're also slightly lighter, they're also slightly smaller. They're less likely to get in the way when I fall off, and I will fall off. I'll do a separate fitting video for putting those onto the bike, because I guess that's only interesting to people who are interested in a CRF300 Rally. I'll probably put them on my Outback Motortech crash bars. There's a few places, I think probably on the inside of there that will go, but I'll do that in a separate video. So I hope this has been interesting and useful. If it has, and subscribing is your thing, please do, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.